And then one thing I didn't touch on last week was Nic Cage was the movie Pig. The movie Pig is about it's about Nic Cage. No, it's about a guy who goes from like basically like Gordon Ramsay status or like almost maybe kind of more in his circle, but like a really well known chef. Lives in the middle of nowhere with a pig, truffle pig. They they find the truffles and then he sells them. He sells the truffles to I guess a dealer. It looked like he didn't sell directly to restaurants or anything. Um, and you find out why in the end because he was kind of disconnected from that industry, the culinary industry in his area, because he actually goes to a restaurant where I think it was like his apprentice or something, because he knew the chef. He was like, "Oh my gosh, chef," and and it was interesting because it kind of touches on how people all they care about is people's view of them and the reputation, because the Nick Cage's character was asking this guy like, why do you do all this weird shit or whatever, and the chef goes, oh well, it's all about the reputation, it's all about the clientele and all about the income. And it was really cool because it was this one scene where, or it was the one line where Nick Cage goes, like all of this is bullshit. When you get older, or when people start to call you out, like you need to realize that like all you have is yourself and you should be happy with that. And it just like it like fucking shot me right here, dude. I love hearing stuff like that because it very reminiscent of what I do, where hey, not everybody's gonna love what you do, but as long as you do the things that make you feel good and you're not fucking anybody else up, just like certain religious stuff, it's like that's awesome, man. And I know for me, it's like it's really easy to say, okay, let me kind of get in the mind of someone else, or let me go play this song for somebody and see if they like it. But I think at the same time, if you trust your gut instinct, like it's always gonna make sense. Then, like for me, if I look back and say, okay, I had a gut instinct about this person, I had a gut instinct about this job, I had a gut instinct about this band, I had a gut instinct about this, crossing the road that day, or going to see someone that day and I didn't, or whatever. Like, if things worked out after that gut instinct, then I think you always have to trust that gut instinct. And I think as a songwriter and as a musician, I'm always having to trust that instinct because um, because you could always have you know countless songs somewhere, but if you don't like it yourself, who fucking cares? Because you could have a million fucking downloads of something that you wrote, but if you don't like it, why would it fucking matter? Like, yeah, you're gonna get some money out of it, but like the worth of that money may not be as much if you don't enjoy what you're doing. So like I've made more money in a day job than I've made in a year, like certain time doing music, but that doesn't mean that every time I get paid in music it's the same feeling I got paid at a day job. um it's actually crazy because it's like there's way more worth into that. Like even though I make less doing the music freelance stuff, that much pay feels a lot better than even the pay I got at a day job that was way better. So doing that kind of stuff and making sure you have a good gut feeling, I think goes super far as a creative person, especially a creative person that needs to kind of go through the business world a little bit. And then you need even more of that gut instinct, I think. So